watching East Tennessee weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Good morning, 7:02 right now, getting us started on this good old Tuesday morning. It's going to be another warm day. If you thought yesterday was windy, wait till today. It's going to be even windier weather expected across East Tennessee. That's a live look there from Gatlinburg here at this hour. We'll show you what it looks like from Maryville here at this hour as well. And a nice little sunrise taking shape here to get the day started. So no issues whatsoever here this morning. We do have some nice, quiet, and dry conditions here at this hour as well. Current temperature in Sevierville is now 56. It feels amazing outside this morning, so get out and enjoy it as you head off to work and the kids head off to school. That's Fox Road Marina, still kind of dark out there. Now we'll head off to Hardin Valley, where we do have a live look, and you can see we do have mostly cloudy skies, and that's going to be the story throughout the day today. How about that temperature in Hardin Valley? Our average high temperature for this time of the year is in the low to mid 50s. We're sitting at 60 degrees in Hardin Valley at this hour. And downtown Gatlinburg's coming in right now at 59. A nice, quiet, and mild start to the day. 2 points at 47, and the winds are light for now, but the wind will be on the increase throughout the day today. Here's what it looks like from Look Rock. A gorgeous sunrise taking shape. And how about Purchase Knob? Another beautiful shot there from Purchase Knob. Again, those clouds will be with us. The wind will pick up. We have wind advisories we're talking about, not to mention high wind warnings for the mountains of East Tennessee. So here are your weather headlines. Mostly cloudy, gusty with scattered light rain showers today. Grab those umbrellas. Lee, I saw you on here. Hopefully you have your umbrella with you today. It's going to be windy and gusty tomorrow with a line of showers and falling temperatures. We're going to have an early high temperature on Wednesday, and then we'll drop into the 40s and 50s Wednesday afternoon. Cooler weather with clearing skies on Thursday, and another round of rain heads our way as we get through the day on Friday. So good morning, everyone. Sure hope you're having a great day so far as we get started on this Tuesday morning. It's quiet, it's warm, it's mild, it's breezy, but not nearly as windy as it's going to be later on through the next 24, really for the next couple of days. We're talking about some very windy conditions working their way on into the area. Again, we don't have a whole lot of rain out there as it stands right now. We'll get to work with the satellite and radar here in just a moment. That's a live look there at Interstate 40 and 275 near downtown Knoxville. No traffic issues to speak of so far, which is great news if you got to hit the road. And if you do, let's get to work with the forecast because, well, we already have some light rain showers starting to work their way on into the area. I think it's going to be one of those stories today where it's going to be more bark than bite due to the fact that the low levels of the atmosphere is pretty dry. Not expecting a whole lot of rain throughout the day today. It'll definitely look more impressive on radar than what actually is making its way to the surface. But with that said, we'll still see some rain showers. Temperatures are trending anywhere from 10, 15 to nearly 20 degrees warmer this morning than yesterday. Across the board, we're in the 50s and low 60s. How about 63 in Oak Ridge, 51 in Jefferson County, Crossville coming in now at 55. So the forecast for the day today, we're going to see those temperatures climb into the mid-60s by noon, upper 60s as we get into the afternoon, and those winds are going to be blowing. Again, if you thought yesterday was windy, wait till today. Lee, Buck, if you're heading off to the golf courses today, well, maybe not so much. Buck said he's not going to be doing that anymore. He lost too many balls. It was just too darn expensive. So your wind gusts throughout the day. In the valley locations, we could see winds gusting from 25 to 30 miles per hour, anywhere from gusts up to about 45 miles per hour in the wind advisory area. That does include Anderson, Campbell, Scott, Morgan, Fentress, and Cumberland County, and down across the southern plateau into Middle Tennessee. The National Weather Service upgraded the high wind watch that we had yesterday to a high wind warning for the Smokies, where they're going to see southwesterly winds 30 to 40 miles per hour with gusts up to 70. So a very windy day around East Tennessee, but those southerly winds will help to boost those temperatures into the 60s and the 70s. Here's that future cast. Again, some scattered light rain showers throughout the morning hours. We may get a nice little break as we get into the lunch hour, and then can't rule out a few more spotty light showers throughout the afternoon and early evening hours. Again, nothing really to write home about throughout the day today, but more of a nuisance really than anything else. You're going to see that we're not going to pick up a ton of rain. We'll pick up anywhere from a tenth to upwards of a quarter of an inch, and that should be about the extent of it. So not a huge rain maker by the end of the day today. Into the evening hours we go. For the evening rush hour, it's going to be nice. It's going to be comfortable. Maybe a couple of spotty showers. We're at 69. We stay in the upper 60s all the way through 10 o'clock tonight, and that means it's going to be another mild start to our day tomorrow with some 60s. I'm not quite sure what's going on with those 40s across the Cumberland Plateau, but we do have some chillier weather that's going to be working its way into the area throughout the day tomorrow. As I mentioned, the winds are going to be cranking out ahead of the cold front. The cold front swings through late morning, early afternoon. where those winds are going to be gusting to 35, 40 miles per hour. So the National Weather Service may expand that wind advisory for much of the valley locations along and ahead of the cold front. Now, forecast highs, don't be deceived. Forecast highs officially will be in the low to mid 60s, maybe even warmer than that. And right around midnight or so, maybe even be warmer. But as we get into the lunch hour, notice those temperatures go from the 60s during the early morning hours down into the mid 50s by lunchtime. Kids heading home from school, we're going to be in the upper 40s. And for the evening rush hour, we're talking temperatures down into the low to mid 40s. It's going to be a chilly afternoon and evening. And you'll definitely notice when that cold front comes through during the day tomorrow. Here's your Futurecast on Wednesday. This is that cold front. We pick up our timeline at 7 o'clock Wednesday morning. And again, scattered showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. No major severe weather risk expected across East Tennessee, but we are going to see some decent amount of rain. It's not going to be a solid spring thunderstorm producing rain, but still some scattered showers. So when you add today and tomorrow to our rainfall forecast, most of us are going to pick up a quarter to a third of an inch, and that should be about the extent of it. So recapping your 3-day forecast, we're going to stay in the 60s and low 70s today and tomorrow, but falling temperatures tomorrow afternoon and evening. So as you head off to work, it's going to be nice tomorrow, but as you come home from work tomorrow, it's going to be chilly. So we'll need those jackets, and of course, we'll highlight that tomorrow morning on Wake Up with Witcher. All right, anybody have travel plans around the region? Again, across the Great Lakes in the Ohio Valley, we do have a risk for severe storms today. Tomorrow, that risk shifts its way into southeastern Kentucky and West Virginia, along with places like southern Ohio, so Cincinnati, Lexington, Jackson, Kentucky. But just an isolated chance for a few isolated strong thunderstorms. Here's that cold front. A few scattered showers today, and then that cold front arrives throughout the day tomorrow. That's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. The cold front's already pushing through Nashville. So if you have travel plans in the middle Tennessee tomorrow, you'll need the jackets for sure because it's going to be much colder there sooner, obviously. Cold air comes swinging on into the area. Maybe just a little bit of light snow across the highest peaks of the Smokies if we can get this cold air to catch up, but it doesn't look like it's going to produce a whole lot. What it is going to do is just draw in the colder air. Watch this. As we look at your temperatures for the day today, beautiful. All the way up into Michigan, Illinois, Indiana. Temperatures in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But notice the top left-hand side of your screen. The colder air. Watch this. Tomorrow, it comes racing on in. Yes, you're going to know when that cold front comes through tomorrow. Temperatures will drop pretty quickly, and you'll feel every bit of that. Then on into our Thursday, temperatures only don't rebound much. We're going to be in the 40s and 50s Thursday afternoon under dry conditions. But we still have an active wet weather pattern on the way. Friday, the rain chances ramp back up and then sort of fade away as we get into the upcoming weekend with rebounding temperatures. So Thursday, we're going to be dry with increasing clouds. Here comes our next little weather maker on into our Friday. That's going to produce more scattered light rain showers. So today, scattered light rain. A few moderate showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, and then rain ramps its way back up as we get into our Friday afternoon, fading away as we get into the upcoming weekend. But when you add your 7-day rainfall forecast from the Weather Prediction Center up, we're going to see over an inch to maybe pockets of nearly 2 inches of rain across much of East Tennessee and much of our region. So it is going to be a rather unsettled weather week. Temperatures climb ahead of the front, fall behind it, then climb right back into the 70s. Sunday is going to be another great day with a high temperature of 72. The coldest morning comes through Thursday morning. That's where we're going to see temperatures drop down to 28 degrees. We'll be in the 60s and 70s today, 60s tomorrow, but falling quickly tomorrow afternoon. Can't stress that enough. And then those morning low temperatures climb back into the 40s and 50s as we get into the weekend. The Climate Prediction Center still is predicting above average temperatures for not just for the first week of March, but maybe for the second week as well. Now, yesterday we hit the mid-70s. That was a little bit later than average. When we're talking 70-degree temperatures, we actually hit 73, which is the warmest day so far this season. And it's still technically winter, right? All right, let's move right along. It is a Severe Weather Awareness Week. As mentioned, today is lightning. Lightning safety and how lightning forms. Did you know that lightning is the underrated killer in the United States? The number 2 weather-related killer behind flooding and flash flooding, which, of course, we talked about yesterday. All right, so did you know that lightning is hotter than the surface of the sun? It can actually reach 50,000 degrees. Mind-blowing. And here's how it forms. What's going on? You get warm air to rise during the spring and summer months or ahead of a cold front, and it pushes that air up into the clouds and produces a cumulonimbus cloud. Well, what happens is you get the ice particles and water droplets to actually collide with each other, producing electrical charges, positive and negative. Positive charges go to the top of the clouds, negative to the bottom of the clouds, but the surface of the earth is electrically charged on the positive side as well. So what happens is if you can connect those charges together, just like if you rub your feet against the ground and touch a light switch, once you make that connection, you get that positive, negative to connect, and you get lightning. You know, because lightning is so hot, it expands the air around it so quickly, and that's where thunder comes from. So when thunder roars, what do? You go indoors. Positive strikes can occur from the anvil, and lightning can travel miles. So once again, if you hear thunder, when thunder roars, go indoors. Did you know lightning also strikes the United States 25 million times a year? Incredible. And it kills nearly 20 people every year, injuring hundreds of people every year as well. Now, the National Weather Service back in 2008 stopped recommending the crouch method. That's a method that we all grew up learning. If you're out and about, get down as low as you can and crouch down. But the problem is you're still vulnerable for being struck by lightning. So they say, just go inside. Plan ahead. Know where to go for safety if you're going to be outside. Listen to the forecast. Cancel and postpone activities if thunderstorms are in the forecast or are nearing your area. Monitor the weather conditions, which of course you can easily do with the East Tennessee Weather app. And the East Tennessee Weather app does give you lightning data. It will let you know when lightning is within 15 miles away. Take action early so you have time to go to a safe place, and always go indoors. Avoid those open areas. Don't be near the tallest objects. Take shelter or don't take shelter underneath the tree. You know that, right? But what happens if you're in the woods? We have a lot of trees here around East Tennessee. Well, try to give yourself plenty of distance between you and the nearest tree. And if you're in a group, make sure you spread out. So again, when thunder roars, go indoors. Lightning can strike miles away from the actual thunderstorm. And we have a huge boating community here in East Tennessee. So if thunderstorms are in the forecast, or if you hear thunder when you're out on the water, you need to take shelter. We're not going to the boat docks. We're going inside to the marinas. Why? Because those metal objects on the boat docks are the worst place to be. And as we get into the spring and summertime months, kids are going to be outside for outdoor activities. We want to be outside. We're going to be at the ball fields. Kids playing baseball and soccer, any of those outdoor events. You need to get out away from the stadiums. You need to go inside. Stay away from the hilltops and the ridges, trees, and other tall objects. So again, when thunder roars, go indoors. And as I mentioned, the East Tennessee Weather app not only gives you lightning safety or lightning information when lightning is close to you, it lets you know when storms are approaching. It gives you watches and warnings. So the East Tennessee Weather app is a great tool to have in your back pocket. All right, Severe Weather Awareness Week continues, my friend. How's everyone doing this morning? It is Tuesday. Going to play golf today and wear shorts, says Lee. Hopefully that's going to help your slice. Or do you have a hook? Just play with the wind, buddy. Just play with the wind. Or hit those balls low as you possibly can to get that drive to go as far as you possibly can. But Lee, let us know how that golf day goes as the wind picks up. It should be rather interesting. Maybe you need to make a TikTok video of how you're chasing your ball around the golf course all day long because of that darn wind. Katrina's heading off to work and listening this morning. So glad you could join us this morning, Katrina, and learn more about lightning and lightning safety as Severe Weather Awareness Week continues. Sure hope you all have a wonderful and safe day. Windy weather, Witcher. That's right. It's going to be windy on Witcher's. I don't know. I was going to say something silly, but you said it better, Julie. Julie's listening on the way to work and school this morning. So nice and glad you could join us this morning, Julie. Say hi to the kiddos for sure. Good morning, kids. If you're listening to us, good morning. Isn't it pretty cool that you can take technology on the road, listen to the broadcast, listen to the forecast, and still go about your daily lives? That's what it's all about. Don't forget about the daily forecast as well. And on the 24-hour channel, everything I talked about with lightning safety is also airing on the 24-hour channel. It'll be on YouTube as well. Oh, sweet, Betty. Thanks a lot for that. What did they say? You said you talked to them. What did they say? Did you tell them it's 100% free? Free for a weather camera? Doesn't cost them $1? Let me know. Hit me up, Mike at easttnweather.com. Today's an extra aqua day. An extra aqua net day. Yes, it is, Kimberly. Yes, it is. Today is that day for extra aqua net. Spray that in your hair so your hair don't care, right? or put on a hat. You could purchase an East Tennessee weather hat, just saying. Can't get mad at the wind. You guys are cracking me up. Kimberly says, when I was a younger kid going to church, when I'd fix my hair, it wouldn't move on my head because I didn't want to mess it up. Because you had so much Aquanet in your hair. That takes you back to the 80s, doesn't it? Good morning, my friends. Yeah, we're going to have about a 20. Let's see, I wrote it down. We're going to have about a 20-degree temperature drop tomorrow in about 3 hours, starting around 18Z. What time would 18Z be? Well, 15Z is 11 o'clock in the morning, so 18Z would be about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So between about, let's say 11 and 1, 11 and 2, we'll drop nearly 20 degrees. That's when the wind's really going to start to pick up as the cold front approaches and pushes on through. We'll talk more about that throughout the day tomorrow. Got Tom on here this morning. Alex, good morning. Thank you, Buck. Got to dress it up every once in a while. And I got the glasses on this morning. When I was taking a shower this morning, I thought I had gotten some soap in my eyes. And so it was burning and hurting. And I tried to wash it out with water and contact solution. And man, I tell you what, I don't know if I got something in my eye or whatever, but it is hurting. My eyes keep watering. It's all bloodshot and gross. So I couldn't put contacts in today. So glasses is what we get today, my friends. Hey, Brian Barger, what's up, buddy? Headed to do some survey work in Athens, are you? It's going to be warm and windy, my friend. A few scattered light rain showers, nothing to write home about. You'll be just fine. Big shout out to my friend Brian Barger. He used to be my morning producer over at the TV station years ago, Brian. We used to work at early in the morning together and talk a bunch of stuff to each other in our ears. Because I used to wear an earpiece. He was my producer in the back with the director, and he would always talk in my ear. I always talk back to him. Shenanigans, Brian, right? Shenanigans. But thanks for joining, by the way, this morning. Sandra says, Mike, I was struck by lightning in 2020 at 3 p.m. Working. Lightning struck the metal object and ricocheted off and struck my right hand, ran up my arm, down my right leg, and exited my right foot. I know people that need to hear this. So workplaces will close. Yes, I'm blessed, she says. If I hadn't been touching the metal object, I would not have been here. God wasn't done with me yet. Sandra, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're okay. Do you have any long-term effects by being struck by that lightning? I mean, listen, it's a serious business. It's funny. I'll tell you the story about lightning because when I played soccer growing up, my mom was adamant about me getting off those soccer fields. I mean, I lived in Denver, Colorado. We have mountains around us. Don't have a lot of trees, but I used to play in soccer tournaments. And I remember one soccer tournament at the Air Force Academy right up against the foothills of the Rockies in Colorado Springs. And thunderstorms just roll off those mountains. We didn't have the data. We didn't have cell phones like we do now. So they kind of did catch you off guard. We knew they were going to develop because it was just afternoon thunderstorms. But a thunderstorm rolled on through. Everybody's hair was sticking up. Our skin was, getting electrified. And my mom took me off the soccer field. I was literally one of the lead players. And my mom took me off the field and made me go sit in the car. The rest of the tournament kept playing soccer. I was so mad at my mom. So mad at my mom that she took me off the soccer field. However, fast forward time, this would have been probably 2000. So let's see, we moved in 2014, so probably 2012, 2013. I played in an adult soccer league. And we were playing over in Farragut off of Watt Road, and a thunderstorm rolled on through. Literally, the weatherman is out in this storm, and they're not calling the game. So what did I do? I did as my mom would say. I pulled myself off the soccer field and went and sat in the car. And I watched everybody get soaked, lightning striking around, and I was like, why are you not calling this soccer game? This is the silliest thing. This is an adult club soccer game. Even if it were a kid competitive soccer game, it doesn't matter. So if you're a referee or if you are an authority with any of the baseball or soccer or football teams, any outdoor recreation authority, call these games, please. Don't let these people sit out in thunderstorms. It is not safe. It is not safe at all, right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? It's funny though, and it's funny how you get older and you go back and you talk to your parents. You're like, man, thank you for taking me off the soccer field. I was mad at you back in the day, but thank you very much because today I'm alive because of it. Now, did anybody die that day? No. But could have somebody died? Absolutely. 1980s hair day. That's right, my friends. It's almost March 8th. So I talked to the merch company yesterday. And I was like, is there any way possible we can put a rush order on my merchandise? Shirts, hats, and umbrellas. They're going to try. They're going to try, my friends. I will have some merchandise as of right now, but hopefully I have all of the merchandise come March 8th. We're getting close. We're getting close, Kimberly. Shirley says, looks like March is coming in like a lion. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Sure, we're going to get some showers and some thunderstorms, but not really like a lion. I mean, we don't have any major severe weather. And again, remember, we were talking about El Nino and how El Nino is transitioning or weakening. That may delay our severe weather season, push it closer to the end of March through April rather than the beginning of March into the 1st of April. So we'll see how it plays out. But every day is different, my friends. Every day is different. Cheryl says, good day for a kite. I think yesterday was a better day for a kite. Today may be just too gusty for a kite flying day. I've done that before, and the kite came crashing on down, almost hurt somebody. So maybe two. I went and played pickleball yesterday out there off of North Shore, right there off of the lake. I think it's like Carl Callan Park or whatever it's called. And we had to adjust for the wind big time because wiffle balls just get carried away. I was like, could you imagine playing pickleball when we actually like indoors and we wouldn't have any wind to deal with? Because every time we go out there and play, I feel like it's always windy right there. Good morning, Tammy. You're not running late. You're on time. You're here this morning. So glad you could join us. Shirley says, you're right. Moms know best. Yes, they do. Moms and dads know best now when you become a mom and dad, right? It's funny how life transitions like that. Do you know how many times I've called my mom back in the days? I remember the first time I was out on my own and I really had to purchase my own clothing. And I went and spent $100 and got like a shirt, a pair of pants, and I don't know, who knows, some underwear, a pair of shoes or something like that. And I had spent $100 and I was like, $100? And I only got like 3 items? So what I do? I called Mom. I said, Mom, I have to say thank you. She was like, why? I was like, I just went out and purchased some clothes. I only got 3 items and spent $100. I can't imagine how much money you spent on us 3 boys through the years. Yep. Sometimes you just got to go back and say thanks. I heard, Edwin says, I've heard of people camping in the tent, lightning hit a tree and ran through the roots and hurt them. That's absolutely right. Lightning can travel. So if it hits a tree and it travels into the ground, you can get struck by lightning. Now, you still need to put your feet together because if you spread your feet apart, if you're taking cover during lightning storms, thunderstorms, and you spread your feet apart, you can connect those different frequencies of energy, and so it can still strike you. But it can still strike you if it goes through the ground, touching metal objects. Again, the boating community, you don't want to take cover underneath the boat docks. Those are metal. That gets struck by lightning, you're getting struck by lightning. I'd head into the marina, go grab yourself a cold beverage. But you definitely don't want to be on the boats. I've been in situations too many times with friends going, guys, we got to get out of here. This is not safe. It's not safe to wait out those thunderstorms. Just head inside, you'll be able to get back out. You won't be able to get back out of the water if you're not living, right? Just saying. Sandra said I have a little bit of nerve damage in my right elbow from the right knee down to the foot and some swelling issues. She was struck by lightning, remember. Just found out I have an irregular heartbeat. Interesting. It skips a beat. It might have been caused by lightning. You know, lightning is electricity. What does your heart run on? Electricity. I bet it was probably didn't help there, Sandra. Tammy says she's terrified of lightning. It's cool to watch. And you know there's no such thing as heat lightning, right? You know that. Let's see what people say on here when I say that. There's no such thing as heat lightning. Have you heard that phrase before? I get kids ask me all the time when I go to school visits. Well, my mom says it's heat lightning. Well, there's no such thing. It's Taco Tuesday, baby. Actually, we're doing hamburgers tonight, Buck. Listen, and whenever you're camping, like we're big campers as well. Whenever you're camping, you know, you got to pay attention to the weather forecast. You don't want to be in those tents. You got to be safe in the campers. Severe weather can knock over campers, no doubt. We got a lot of trees in East Tennessee, so trees can get knocked down. So you just got to play it safe if you're camping during thunderstorms. What we need to get is Vince on here. Vince is a lineman. He advertises right here on the channel. You'll see his advertisement in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. So he's a lineman. He knows all things about electricity, that's for sure. Don't you, Vince? That is right. How dangerous electricity is. Becky says, I used to love to watch lightning storms in Arkansas. Totally different lightning there. They get a lot more lightning for sure. We get a lot more frequency of lightning across the Great Plains due to the greater nature for severe weather, bigger thunderstorms that develop coming off the Rockies into the Great Plains with that fetch of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. Tammy says she's heard of heat lightning. All heat lightning is lightning off in the distance. You just can't hear the thunder. We call it heat lightning because it's in the summertime, but it's cloud-to-cloud lightning that's too far away, so you just can't hear the thunder because that's the sound waves don't travel that far. That's all what heat lightning is. So there's no such thing as heat lightning. It's just cloud-to-cloud lightning, at which point you can't hear the thunder. So there you go. You learn something new every day. Elizabeth says, are we expecting severe weather tomorrow? No, we're not. Now, anytime we have a cold front coming through and anytime we have a line of showers and thunderstorms coming through, severe weather is always a possibility. Tornadoes are always a possibility. But we just don't have a lot of instability in the atmosphere. The low pressure system is too far to our north. Now, we've got a lot of shear in the atmosphere. That's winds changing speed with height. Okay? So the higher you go off the ground, the faster the wind blows. That's called wind shear. That also can turn with height as well. That's speed shear versus wind shear. But it's all called wind shear. Now, the low pressure system's up across the Great Lakes, so it's too far from us to get the wind shear. The wind's changing direction with height, so tornadoes are not a possibility, and really, the risk for severe weather does not look like it's going to be the possibility as well. Florida is actually the lightning capital of the U.S. Yes, it is, because they get those thunderstorms every single day of the summertime, thanks to the onshore flow, and you get that convergence zone on land. And so thunderstorms happen every single day, it seems like. Katrina says, are there different lightnings like the bolt from the blue? There are different lightning strikes. I mean, you got positive and negative lightning strikes. Bolt from the blue is just a storm really far away, but lightning travels through the sky and finds a connection on the ground miles away. That's why lightning can travel miles away from the actual parent thunderstorm. You don't need to be underneath that thunderstorm to see lightning. It can happen for miles and miles away. And have you ever seen that picture? If you've not, Google this one today. Famous lightning strike. There's a young boy in the Grand Canyon. He had long hair, and I'm not sure if you've seen this, but his hair was sticking straight up. And his mom took a picture. They thought it was really cool. This was like 1970s, maybe 1980s or so. And mom thought it was really cool that his hair was sticking straight up there on top of the rim of the Grand Canyon. Thunderstorms were rolling on through. What do you think happened? What do you think that his hair standing up is? Those are those positive lightning strikes. Those are those positive electrons, I should say, at the surface of the earth. Now that guy is positively charged, just like the surface of the earth is. And just moments after mom took the picture, the boy lost his life and was struck by lightning. It's a famous picture. It's in all of our Meteorology 101 books. Google that one. Famous lightning strike of a boy at Grand Canyon in Arizona. Pretty crazy stuff. And listen, when lightning happens too, you know it. Like when it's close and it's like the second you see the flash, you hear the thunder, and it can be loud. My favorite thunderstorms are the ones where the atmosphere is really thick with moisture and the thunder just rumbles for an extremely long period of time. You're like, whoa, that one was cool. Pretty crazy stuff. Lightning is nuts for sure. Chris said he grew up in Illinois, so you could see the lightning for miles. We sat in metal lawn chairs and watched the storms roll in. The 70s were different, and so were the 80s. Then we started getting crazy in the 90s, 2000s, and look where we are today. All right, let's go back to the weather forecast here, folks. To wrap things up here this morning, got a few more that just joined in. We've been talking about lightning safety. It's the underrated killer. Because this is Severe Weather Awareness Week. So as you see my stuff come across social media, I'd like if you just share it with everybody because this is valuable weather information for everybody to know. So I'll be posting that to social media later on. So your weather headlines, mostly cloudy, gusty, scattered light rain showers. Gusty wind tomorrow, line of showers, falling temperatures tomorrow afternoon. Cooler with clearing skies on Thursday, then the clouds roll back in as another chance of rain moves its way back in on into our Friday. Out there this morning, we do have a few scattered rain showers across the area. Maybe sprinkles, maybe a few more light showers across the Southern Valley. And that's really going to be about the extent of it. So we'll see off and on scattered, very light rain. Temperatures are trending warmer. It's nice outside. If you've not been outside yet, it feels amazing. We've got temps currently in the 50s and 60s. Our average highs for this time of year are in the low to mid 50s. And we're going to be warmer than that. We're going to see those temps climb into the upper 60s to low 70s once again. But those winds are going to be gusting. So if you thought yesterday was windy, I know Layla mentioned on social, it's windy today. Well, today is going to be windier, with those winds gusting to about 25 to 35 miles per hour, 20 to 30, gusts up to about 45 along the plateau, Western Valley, Northern Valley, where we do have the wind advisory in place. And the National Weather Service has upgraded the high wind watch for the mountains to a high wind warning, where we could see winds gusting to 70 miles per hour or more. That's going to help to boost our temperatures, 60s and 70s. And here's your future cast. Some scattered light showers here this morning. The atmosphere is low, or on the lower end anyway. So it's going to look more bark than bite on the radar, especially if you look at composite radar. But remember, the East Tennessee Weather app not only has composite radar, which is great because it shows you current, past, and future, but we also have on the East Tennessee Weather app the local radar from the National Weather Service in Morristown. So you can click on the East Tennessee Weather radar, and that's going to give you the low-level scan, the very low-level scan. That gives you a little bit more ground truth on what actually is happening, but you're not going to get the future cast with that. So that's a little tip and trick there with the East Tennessee Weather app. If you want to find out the lowest scan, what's more likely to be actually reaching the surface of the earth, go to the East Tennessee Weather app on the go to the East Tennessee radar under the interactive radar with the East Tennessee Weather app. Otherwise, you're getting composite radar, and it's going to pick up a moisture in the upper parts of the atmosphere, but that doesn't always mean that it's translated down to the surface. We will see scattered light rain showers throughout the day today. Rainfall amounts, though, 10th to maybe upwards of 1/4 of an inch of rain. So not a huge rain maker for anybody heading out, doing some golfing or work outside. This evening should be nice as well. Nice evening to grill out in the backyard. Maybe, if it's not too windy. Still likely to be pretty gusty as we get into the evening hours. Overnight lows tonight drop down into the 50s and 60s, so it's going to be a mild start to our day tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the plateau temps, but here we go. Winds are going to be gusting more so tomorrow. Cold front, can you see when the cold front comes through? Right around 11 to, I'll just say 10 to 2. 10 to 2 tomorrow is when the cold front comes through. That's when the line of showers are really going to make their presence known, and those are going to be our forecast highs because after the cold front passes us by, temperatures come down. Noon, we could be in the mid-50s. Afternoon, we're going to be in the upper 40s to low 50s. And into the evening commute, we potentially could be in the 30s and low 40s. And that's going to make for a rather chilly start to our Thursday morning. We're going to be down in the 20s. Here's your future cast for your Wednesday. Again, not too terribly impressive. Maybe a little bit of light mountain snow showers. But when you take today's rain and to tomorrow's rain, we'll likely pick up anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rainfall. And that should be about the extent of it. Chillier on into our, well, not chilly per se, but cooler on into our Thursday. And then more rain and warmer temperatures Friday, with temperatures back in the 60s and low 70s as we get into the upcoming weekend. All right, my friends, we sure hope you have a great day. Use that Aquanet, as Kimberly said here this morning. Use the Aquanet. Spray it all down if you don't want your hair to move. Or just put on a hat. Or just say, bad hair, don't care. Doesn't matter. Messy hair, don't care. My kid's hair is getting long. They're growing it out, and it's messy all the time. You all are amazing. Thanks for joining me for Wake Up with Witcher this morning. It is now just 7:37. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Thanks for joining me for Severe Weather Awareness Week. Lightning safety is what we were talking about, how lightning forms. I will be posting more of that to social media as well. All right, I'm going to send you back to the 24-hour Weather Channel. Have a great day. I'll see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher tomorrow morning. Don't forget the meet and greet, March 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Orange Hat Brewing in Hardin Valley. That's near Carnes in Hardin Valley. That's the Orange Hat Brewery West, 6 to 8, March 8th. And let's keep our fingers crossed or say a little prayer that we get our merchandise in, as we'll have a little table set up for you to purchase some East Tennessee weather merchandise. All right, my friends, have a great day. Rob, Cheryl, Tina, Betty, the last ones to chime in on the chat this morning. See you soon.
When you're ready for replacement windows, we offer high-quality, energy-efficient windows in many styles and colors. We want to help you improve your home's curb appeal. Free in-home estimate with upfront prices. No games or gimmicks. No high-pressure sales tactics. Double hung, picture, slider, casement, and architectural shapes. We offer them all. We've got a window for every home and a window for every budget.
Hey guys, it's Mark Trout at the all-new Rusty Wallace Hyundai. It's 2024 and we want you to save like never before. We have rates starting as low as 0%, thousands off of brand new vehicles and over 100 new in stock. And as always, America's best warranty, 10 years, 200,000 miles. So come check us out at Rusty Wallace Hyundai, where it's always a fun day.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Good morning. Have a great day, everybody. Looks like today's going to be a rather gusty day. If you thought yesterday was breezy, today's going to be even windier. We do have a chance for some scattered light rain showers. A line of showers and windy conditions expected throughout the day tomorrow, with falling temperatures tomorrow afternoon. I'll explain. And then Thursday, a little bit cooler with clearing skies. Then Friday, another round of rain settles its way back into the area. So let's go ahead and get you out the door here this morning. It is so mild. It feels great outside this morning. Temperatures will climb into the mid to upper 60s as we get into the lunch hour. Into the afternoon, again, a few spotty light showers are possible. Now, the wind's going to be with us, as I mentioned. We're talking winds gusting to about 25 to 30, 35 miles per hour in the valley, upwards of 70 mile per hour wind gusts across the higher elevations where we do have a high wind warning in place, and wind advisories across the Cumberland Plateau and the Northern Valley. Temperatures again topping out in the upper 60s to low 70s, so another warm day ahead of us today. More bark than bite on the radar. We got some pretty dry air in the low levels of the atmosphere. Not expecting a whole lot of activity, but a few scattered light rain showers are going to be with us throughout the day today, so something to keep in mind. Maybe grab the umbrellas and the rain jackets just to be on the safe side. But it's not going to add up to a whole lot. We're talking about a tenth to maybe a few pockets of a quarter of an inch of rain, and that really should be about the extent of it. Heading into the evening hours, temperatures will stay nice and comfortable. Look at 6 o'clock. We're still near 70. We're going to drop into the mid to upper 60s as we get into the 8 to 10 o'clock hour here tonight. But remember, we do have another risk for some showers tomorrow. So we're going to start to see those chillier temperatures roll their way on into the area. Forecast high temperatures will be in the 60s, but that's going to be an early high temperature. You can see when the front's going to come through. right around the lunch hour. And then temperatures will come down behind it along with the wind. The wind will come down back behind that cold front. So heading through the day on Wednesday, early high temperatures, we should be in the low to mid 60s. But look at our temperature trend. That happens right around 10 to noon. And then temperatures come on down during the afternoon. So it's going to be a rather cool and breezy Wednesday afternoon. But we do have those line of showers that are going to work their way on into the area. And so a line of showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, no severe weather risk for us here locally, but some gustier winds and falling temperatures. That's going to be the story. As we get through today and tomorrow, we'll likely pick up anywhere from a quarter to half an inch of rainfall when you add both those days up. All right, here's your 3-day forecast. We're going to see scattered light rain, gusty conditions. We're in the 70s today, mid 60s, a line of showers, falling temperatures tomorrow, partly cloudy and cooler with a high temperature of only 51 degrees on into our Thursday. Have a great day. let's go ahead and recap those weather headlines. It's going to be rather breezy and gusty throughout the day today with some scattered light rain. Gusty again tomorrow, falling temperatures tomorrow afternoon. A strong cold front's on the way when we're talking temperatures, not storms per se. Cooler on Thursday with another round of rain ramping its way back up with warmer temperatures on into our finally Friday. We'll talk about that in your weekend forecast here in a moment. We do have that chance for some isolated strong to severe thunderstorms across the upper Midwest throughout the day today, and then shifts to southeastern Kentucky and in West Virginia as we head through the day tomorrow. But here locally, again, doesn't look like we'll see anything major. We'll see some scattered light rain showers throughout the day today. Then here comes our cold front, 7 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be ushering on the Cumberland Plateau, and there's a lot of cold air back behind it, so that's why those temperatures will fall during the day tomorrow. And the high pressure builds back into the area, helping to give us quiet weather conditions on into our Thursday, albeit a little bit on the chillier side. We'll pick up anywhere from 0.2 of an inch of rain to over ½ an inch of rain here locally and around much of the region when you factor in today and tomorrow's rain. So not huge rain makers by any stretch, but it is going to be a warm maker and then a cold maker. Look at these temperatures out ahead of the cold front. We'll be in the 70s and 80s. Cold front starts to work its way in tomorrow, dropping our temperatures on into our Thursday, back down into the 40s and low 50s. So more seasonable temperatures will return as we get into the latter part of the week, at least Thursday. Everybody's getting wet on into the day on Wednesday. Nobody's getting wet on Thursday, and then a 60% chance of rain as we get into our Friday with a few scattered showers possible as we get into the upcoming weekend. So here's your Friday storm system. Pick up our timeline on Thursday morning. Thursday we'll see increasing clouds. Here comes the rain. The rain's going to settle its way on in. So we've got several more rounds of rain today, tomorrow, and Friday that are going to be with us as we round out this work week, although albeit on the light side. All the way through Monday, because this is a 7-day rainfall forecast, we're looking at over an inch to maybe pockets of 2 inches of rainfall across parts of the southeastern U.S. Temperature-wise, warm as we get into the day today. Tomorrow, an early high temperature of 64, then falling into the upper 40s to low 50s as we get into the afternoon. We're going to be on the cooler side Thursday, Friday, ramp back up as we get into the upcoming weekend with another boundary heading our way. Low temperatures will be the coldest on Thursday morning and then gradually increase through the upcoming weekend. Looking ahead by the Climate Prediction Center, again, the first week of March, we could see above average temperatures. That may last all the way through the second week of March, so we'll keep you posted on that. Remember, today's Severe Weather Awareness Week. Well, this week is Severe Weather Awareness Week. And today's topic is lightning safety. Make sure you check out social media, YouTube, or right here on the channel for more updates on Severe Weather Awareness Week. Have a great day. Severe Weather Awareness Week continues here in East Tennessee. Today's topic is lightning, the underrated killer. Did you know that lightning can reach up to 50,000 degrees? It's hotter than the surface of the sun. We get rising air producing the thunderstorms. You get water particles and ice particles to collide in the cloud itself, producing positive and negative charges. Positive goes to the top of the clouds, negative to the bottom, but the ground is positive as well. And when you can connect those, that's when lightning begins to strike. But it can also strike from the anvil from the thunderstorm. So way out ahead of the thunderstorm as that positive in the cloud connects to a negative charge at the surface. Lightning strikes in the U.S. nearly 25 million times a year. And lightning kills nearly 20 people every single year, injuring hundreds more. Now, the National Weather Service back in 2008 stopped the crouch method. Why? Because if you're outside, you still have the chance to be struck by lightning during thunderstorms. So plan ahead. When thunder roars, go indoors. Listen to the forecast. Cancel or postpone activities. Monitor the weather. Take action and get inside. Avoid those open areas. Don't be near the tallest objects. Don't hide or shelter underneath the tree. And if you're in the woods, try to give yourself plenty of space between you and the trees around you, which is going to be a difficult thing to do. And if you're in a group, make sure you spread out. So lightning safety, go indoors when thunder roars. When thunder roars, go indoors. Lightning can strike miles away from the actual thunderstorm. And we have a lot of lakes around East Tennessee, and we have a boating community. So if you're out on the water, you need to head inside immediately and stay away from the marinas. Go inside to the marina itself. Don't hide underneath where the boats are stored. Safety tips to avoid open fields, the top bridges, trees, and other tall objects. Lightning is super dangerous. So once again, when thunder roars, go indoors. That's the latest on lightning safety, the underrated killer, as Severe Weather Awareness Week continues. Tomorrow, we're talking about tornadoes and tornado safety. Tune in.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Good morning. Have a great day, everybody. It looks like today's going to be a rather gusty day. If you thought yesterday was breezy, today's going to be even windier. We do have a chance for some scattered light rain showers. A line of showers and windy conditions expected throughout the day tomorrow with falling temperatures tomorrow afternoon. I'll explain. And then Thursday, a little bit cooler with clearing skies. Then Friday, another round of rain settles its way back into the area. So let's go ahead and get you out the door here this morning. It is so mild. It feels great outside this morning. Temperatures will climb into the mid to upper 60s as we get into the lunch hour. Into the afternoon, again, a few spotty light showers are possible. Now, the wind's going to be with us, as I mentioned. We're talking winds gusting to about 25 to 30, 35 miles per hour in the valley, upwards of 70 mile per hour wind gusts across the higher elevations where we do have a high wind warning in place, and wind advisories across the Cumberland Plateau and the Northern Valley. Temperatures again topping out in the upper 60s to low 70s, so another warm day ahead of us today. More bark than bite on the radar. We got some pretty dry air in the low levels of the atmosphere. Not expecting a whole lot of activity, but a few scattered light rain showers are going to be with us throughout the day today, so something to keep in mind. Maybe grab the umbrellas and the rain jackets just to be on the safe side. But it's not going to add up to a whole lot. We're talking about a tenth to maybe a few pockets of a quarter of an inch of rain, and that really should be about the extent of it. Heading into the evening hours, temperatures will stay nice and comfortable. Look at 6 o'clock. We're still near 70. We're going to drop into the mid to upper 60s as we get into the 8 to 10 o'clock hour here tonight. But remember, we do have another risk for some showers tomorrow. So we're going to start to see those chillier temperatures roll their way on into the area. Forecast high temperatures will be in the 60s, but that's going to be an early high temperature. You can see when the front's going to come through right around the lunch hour, and then temperatures will come down behind it along with the wind. The wind will come down back behind that cold front. So heading through the day on Wednesday, early high temperatures. We should be in the low to mid 60s, but look at our temperature trend. That happens right around 10 to noon, and then temperatures come on down during the afternoon. So it's going to be a rather cool and breezy Wednesday afternoon. But we do have those line of showers that are going to work their way on into the area. And so a line of showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, no severe weather risk for us here locally, but some gustier winds and falling temperatures. That's going to be the story. As we get through today and tomorrow, we'll likely pick up anywhere from a quarter to half an inch of rainfall when you add both those days up. All right, here's your 3-day forecast. We're going to see scattered light rain, gusty conditions. We're in the 70s today, mid 60s, a line of showers, falling temperatures tomorrow, partly cloudy and cooler with a high temperature of only 51 degrees on into our